So AI marketing workflow automation, we'll see an adoption to undertake standard marketing activities and free up the marketing team. That's going to be relevant to e-commerce people as well as digital marketers. Demise of third-party cookies means an increased importance of gathering first-party data ethically. Will also relate to the e-commerce cohort. And then that shift in SEO. So we'll see the movement from optimizing for single keywords to optimize for long tail question type phrases and answers. So there'll also be an increase in the introduction of more interactive content as more people see how engagement is a really important signal to LLMs. And then finally, the kind of the general patterns of things that I call out that applies to e-commerce would be a move to authentic copy and video. So we've seen a huge increase in the volume of AI generated content that could be described at best as generic. So we'll see a realization from marketing teams that this content isn't just going to cut it in 2026 as the LLMs and the search engines and the social algorithms are just going to see that as generic and non-standout. So I think, and ironically, as people are kind of talking about maybe, the demise of copywriters, I think it's going to be quite the opposite as people kind of pivot back to writing content that's based on the insights of what they know about their customers, and not kind of generic, easy content that they've created through LLMs. I think specifically for e-commerce, I call out 3 developments. I'd say there's going to be a growth in on-site conversational e-commerce. So what I mean by that is consumers are becoming more comfortable with interacting with LLMs and they expect that level of interaction. So for e-commerce, this means that we're going to see an increase in importance placed on two-way conversations within e-commerce sites. So we're going to see an interface to chat with users occupying a central spot in real estate on e-commerce sites. And we're going to see a move away from chatbots just being bolted on to an e-commerce site. So we could actually see, which I think will be really interesting, we could actually see the search bar intelligently deciding if a searcher knows exactly what they're looking for from what they search. And if so, it'll bring them to that page and allow them to filter. Or if it thinks that they're not 100% sure, it could then engage in a conversation and guide them via and nudge them towards the right content or products via a conversation, which is really, really interesting. So this also likely means that there will be a rise of a KPI of discovery satisfaction for e-commerce managers as they're seeking now. It won't be just all about conversions on a site. It's going to be how well are we engaging people. Another area, I suppose, that the second of the three e-commerce specific items I call out would be hyper-personalized experiences. So AI and machine learning they've been around for a while, but I think we're going to see a move away from the traditional "you might like" type sections, and that's going to be very kind of old hat. And I think we're going to see a much greater level of personalization, such as like the homepage. I think it's going to actually cease being a homepage, a standard homepage. Every homepage will be unique to the person that's visiting based on what the site knows about their previous engagements. I think we're going to see AI generated unique product detail pages. So actually how the product details are written will suit the person that's actually viewing at them. So somebody's in a hurry, or somebody seems to have engaged more in visual content in the past, it's going to serve up those kind of product pages. And then the final element, I'd say, there's personalized post purchase content. So I think we're going to see AI generated content such as how to use your product, how to avoid issues, things like that. And then probably the biggest change of all that I'd see, Will, is going to be the rise of shopping agents. And this is going to be, I think we're going to start to see it in 2026, but it definitely will be something that we'll see 2026 and beyond. So shopping agents, they're going to be embedded directly into the LLMs, and they're going to start to get traction. So users, they're already comfortable researching products using AI. So it's not a huge psychological leap for them to actually purchase as well. So I think we're going to start to see users start a shopping prompt and end with a transaction, all without leaving the AI interface. So Google is already in discussions with payment providers to ensure that there are protocols in place to ensure that people trust these agents, which is going to be absolutely key right from the get-go. What can we do in e-commerce to facilitate this? So we need to build product feeds and have specific data that we know the chatbots and the agents are going to need. So I suppose, in summary, one of the things that I talked about is it's a growth in conversational e-commerce, hyper-personalization, the rise of the shopping agents, in addition to the other sizable shifts in other areas of digital marketing that also apply to e-commerce managers. So